Hey friend, what's up? It's me, Devin Marvell, back again with another video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Today we are talking about the 2017 Video Music Awards. Did you watch? It was a pretty decent show. So Katy Perry was our host this year. I think she did the best job that she could do, honestly. That is no shade. Hosting an award show is a really tough job, trying to carry this 2-3 hour show all by yourself and trying to be funny and relatable at the same time. You're trying to be gorgeous. Like, it's a lot. And honestly, I feel like, and I know that I've said this before, award shows don't really need hosts. If you just let the people go out there and present and you let the performers perform, the award show will just carry itself if it's a good enough award show, if you have good performers. And even with the presenters, when you're trying to put two people who don't really know each other like that together, give them this comedic script to go off of and that they haven't even rehearsed and they're just reading off a teleprompter, it just becomes super awkward. I think that she did all right. She didn't really have any high moments for me, any moments where I was like laughing out loud. A lot of the time she's very awkward, and not in the funny, I guess, Zoe Deschanel type of awkward way. It was just very like, these jokes are not landing at all. But I did think that our host looked absolutely amazing, and most of her looks, I think the only look that I wasn't really feeling was the look that she had for her Swish Swish performance. Other than that, I think that she looked amazing. I really like that silvery, shimmery get up that she had at one point. Thought that was cute. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the awards. So Paris Jackson came out to present Best Pop Video, but first she gave a riveting, amazing speech denouncing white supremacy and saying that we need to resist and we need to stand up and we gotta fight white supremacy and, you know, forget these Nazis out here and all that good stuff. And I was like, yes, Paris, you better represent. Her father, Michael Jackson, would be absolutely so proud. She looked amazing, and it's good to see that she is doing well. Best Pop Video went to Fifth Harmony for Down featuring Gucci Mane, and I was like, yes, go ahead, Fifth Harmony. They all looked amazing. I think the only look that I wasn't really feeling was Allie's. Her look always looks off to me for some reason, but Normani, she slayed. Lauren, she slayed. Dinah, she slayed. They all looked great, and it was nice to see them get this award, get some recognition. It seems like they're really getting up there, Fifth Harmony. They brought Gucci up there with them, who said that he has not ever won an award before. So this was his first time, and he was thankful to be a part of it. And I was just so happy to see him, because I'm like, yo, Gucci has come so far in life. Like, he is really a testament to all these hood dudes out there of what you can be when you finally decide to leave them streets and put your focus on something positive. You know, that's good. So shout out to Gucci. Then we had Tiana Taylor, who was paying homage with her outfit to 90s Janet Jackson. She looked amazing, okay? Tiana Taylor, let's give a round of applause, because she absolutely slays. And I mean, she always looks amazing. Body is just so on point, and her looks are always on point. And I mean, the hair, just head to toe. Tiana Taylor did that. It was good to see Pete Wentz, who I feel like I haven't seen in a while. I used to have such a huge crush on him back in my little middle school days when I was in love with Fall Out Boy. So yeah, it was really good to see them, and they presented Best Electronic Dance Video to Alessia Cara and Zedd for their song Stay. Stay a minute, da, da, ba, ba, da, 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 da. Yeah, I know that y'all have heard that one. It's like been all over the radio, booming. It's a really good song, so congratulations to Alessia Cara and Zedd. Then we had Pete Davidson of SNL and Tiffany Haddish, comedian and Girls Trip star, who I'm super proud of. And she, you know, gave a shout out to all the foster kids out there, because if you didn't know, she had a tough upbringing where she was in the system for a little while before her grandmother adopted her and her siblings. Go watch her Breakfast Club interview, and you'll really learn a lot about her from that interview. And it's just amazing, especially when you know her story, to see how far that she has come and to see that she's rising and growing. And I love that everybody is really taking to her. She deserves all the success, and I hope that she has it. So they came out to present Best Hip Hop Video to Kendrick Lamar for Humble, And I was like, yes, this is well deserved. Super excited, super happy that this went to him. Emmy Award nominee Miss Millie Bobby Brown came out to present Artist of the Year to Mr. Ed Sheeran. This one I was kind of like, Ed Sheeran Artist of the Year. I mean, Shape of You, huge, absolutely huge record, but I don't know, I feel like maybe that was an award that probably should have gone to somebody like Bruno Mars, maybe, because 24 Karat Magic was huge. I feel like Bruno Mars just had absolutely huge years, so. But you know what? Shout out to Ed Sheeran. He definitely did the damn thing with that Shape of You song this year as well. And I like the guy. I think that he's super talented, so I'm always excited to see him get his accolades as well. Zayn Malik and Taylor Swift won for Best Collaboration for their song I Don't Want to Live Forever that they did for the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack, 50 Shades Darker, and I actually really like the song. I think the song is well done, it's well written. I didn't know what to expect from the song when I heard that they were collaborating, but the song came out really good. They weren't there to accept it, somebody else accepted it on their behalf, but congratulations to them as well. We also had Best Fight Against the System, which is an award that I was not familiar with. I think it's a new award that the VMAs is doing, and everybody in that category actually got honored. Everybody's gonna go home with a VMA, and that award was presented by Reverend Robert Lee, who is actually a descendant of Confederate General Robert Lee. And Reverend Robert Lee, he came out to denounce white supremacy. He said, my descendant, whatever, Robert Lee, he has become a symbol of hatred and racism in this country. And you know what, we have to get rid of that. We have to get rid of all these all the hatred and all the racism. We have to denounce the neo-Nazis and all that. What happened in Charlottesville shouldn't have happened. And then he brought out Heather Heyer's mom, who went up there and, she said some words on behalf of her daughter. Just to remind you, her daughter is one who passed away in Charlottesville after she was killed by the guy who ran his car through that crowd of counter-protesters. She also announced that they were going to be having a foundation in her daughter's name and to donate to that. It's really good that she's carrying on her daughter's legacy out here speaking against racism. All right, now let's talk about the performances. So the show opened up with Kendrick Lamar, and he was performing his song DNA. He had the fire all around him. He had the guy dancing behind him who was all on fire. He had the guys climbing up the firewall. Like, it was super dope performance. I absolutely loved it, but that's freaking Kendrick Lamar. He is one of the greats. He never lets us down every time that he does perform live. He went into Humble towards the end and really got the crowd hype, and it was just an overall dope performance. I also love how Kendrick Lamar opened up with the Fox News people commentating on his lyrics when he says, "And we hate po-po when they shoot us down in the streets, faux show." And the lady was all like, "Ugh, disgusting," or whatever she said. I love that he opened up with that. Ed Sheeran came out and performed The Shape of You, and Ed Sheeran is also a performer that I always look forward to seeing. He comes out there, he just needs, him and his guitar and his band, and he always does a great job. And so he came out there, he performed The Shape of You, and then he was joined by Lil Uzi, and they started singing Lil Uzi's song EXO Tour Life. And Cardi B was so shocked when Ed Sheeran started singing that push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. And I thought it was dope that Ed Sheeran was singing that part. I like Lil Uzi. I like the fact that he's different. I like the fact that he's out here serving something different. He's kind of like more of a rock star than a rapper. And anybody who is out here being artistically different and giving us something other than this usual pop and trap music that we are used to, I am all here for it. And he's a dope performer as well, so I love that performance. Julia Michaels came out and she performed My Jam Issues. I love her voice. I love that song. I haven't actually dove into her music yet. I don't know if her album's out or not, but if it is, I'm definitely gonna go check it out, and I suggest that you guys do too. Shawn Mendes came out to perform There's Nothing Holding Me Back, which is a huge song. The song is at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. This is his third top 10 song. Both of his albums also went number 1. So he's kind of a big deal out here in these streets. And it's well deserved because the guy can sing. He makes pretty good music. And I really like this song. It's a nice, cute little bop. And he's also one of those singers that all he needs is guitar in his band. He gets up there and he performs his heart out. So Lorde came out to give an interesting performance. It was definitely something that was different from anything that I've ever seen performed at an awards show. She came out there, she had her little boom box, she put the tape in, and you know, her song started playing, and she did not sing one word. Not one word of the song. She didn't sing it. She just let the song play, the track played. We hear her voice, and she just kind of starts dancing all over the stage, going from, you know, here to there, and she's twirling around, she's dancing, and she has backup dancers that are helping her twirl around and do her thing. And you know, I thought it was very interesting. It's something different that, like I said, I've never seen on an award show before. I made a joke that, well, it's already been done before because hello, Britney Spears, but just kidding. Shout out to Britney, the VMA queen. I thought it was a cute little performance. I wish that she had like actual real choreography because it kind of seemed like she was out there just kind of freestyling and, you know, doing whatever just kind of came to mind, and I was like, okay, whatever, but it was cute. I like Lorde, I like the song that she did, and it was a nice little performance. All right, so now for the best performance of the evening, my girls, Fifth Harmony. They came out and they absolutely slayed my life. They absolutely killed it. So they were presented by DJ Khaled and Asad Khaled the great, Asad Khaled who has, you know, a platinum album, Asad Khaled who has records on these charts, you know, just mogul, Mr. Asad Khaled, y'all. Yes, he's cut from a different cloth. You better get used to it. Okay, he'll be president one day, I'm sure. But anyways, Fifth Harmony came out and they did the damn thing. They absolutely killed it. So Fifth Harmony, we see the girls, they're up on stage and it's 5 of them. And you know, at first you're like, what, 5? What? Hold on one sec, I thought it was supposed to be only 4 now. It was Fourth Harmony. And when they start performing their song, Angel, one of the people falls off the stage, completely falls back, and it's just the 4 of them. And I was like, completely taken aback. I rewinded that part so many times because the shade of it all, it was just way too real. I was just like, oh my gosh, I imagine Camila Cabello just sitting at home like watching that, or if she was in the audience, what she thought of that. Like, it was shady, but I thought it was dope. It was a dope moment for them to kind of address it once and for all, say, you know what, this is it, this is how we feel about it. Homegirl fell off, it's the 4 of us now, get used to it or get lost, you know what I'm saying? So I was here for it. And then when they came out, they gave us choreography, they gave us hair, they gave us makeup, they gave us looks, honey, like, and they just killed it. They gave us vocals. Normani, when she came out and she hit that split, I was out. I was completely out. This is their best performance that I've seen from them to date. Absolutely their best performance. They looked amazing. They sounded amazing. They paid homage to Destiny's Child, Destiny's Fulfilled tour, when they went back there and they had all that water, you know, dripping down on them when they were performing Down, and Gucci Mane came out. It was just dope. It was such a dope performance. Shout out to Fifth Harmony. Their album just dropped on Friday. If you haven't heard it, it's definitely worth a listen. It's pretty good. Shout out to Fifth Harmony. Y'all did that. Jared Leto came out and gave a great speech honoring the memory of his friends Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell, 2 singers. Chester Bennington was of the group Linkin Park. He committed suicide recently. And Chris Cornell also of the group Audioslave, he committed suicide, and they were all good friends, and it was very sad to hear about their deaths. But Jared Leto came out, he gave a great moving speech honoring their lives, and it was beautiful. That was a beautiful moment. So rest in peace to them, and my condolences to their friends and family and band members. So 4 years after Miley was on stage, twerking, I think that's what they were calling it at that time, but it wasn't. But so 4 years later, here she is back on the VMA stage, and she is like a completely different person. She's up there, she's in like a little rockabilly outfit. She's got the rockabilly theme going. She has like the old folks and the young folks. She's performing her song Younger Now, which I kind of wish she was performing Malibu because that's my jam. But Younger Now, it's a cute song. She was up there, she looked amazing. Her legs just giving me Tina Turner. They were just giving me everything. But she looked great. She sounded great. She was giving us great vocals. It was nice to see her get back to the essence of her just up there singing her heart out, because that is when Miley is at her best, not when she's out there doing all these shenanigans for show. When she is out there just singing a song, Miley is unstoppable, and she did that, and I think that her performance was really decent. So Cardi B, who was looking like I just woke up in my Caucasian mansion serving you know, just rich white woman dynasty realness, she looked absolutely amazing, and she kind of almost left her little nip slip there. Did y'all catch that? Cardi B presented Demi Lovato, who looked absolutely amazing. She performed her song Sorry Not Sorry, which is a bop. It's a jam. If you guys have not heard it, you need to get with it because you are behind. Demi Lovato is a great singer. She went out there, she gave us vocals, and Demi Lovato with the gospel choir is greatness, okay? She sounded so good, and I wish I was in that audience, in that pool, you know, just jamming, having a good old time. But she definitely did that. She gave a great performance. So Pink came out to do a medley of her hits because she was receiving the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, and she started with Get This Party Started / Raise Your Glass, and I was super excited. I was a little upset because I knew she was gonna do this. Why does Pink ignore that first album? If you guys do not remember, when Pink first came out, I think the year was like 1999 or 2000, she came out and she was doing like R&B pop music, and she had the short like hot pink haircut, and she had like some dope, really like nice R&B songs. I mean, she had You Make Me Sick, she had Most Girls, she said she had that song There You Go, just classics. Like, those were some bops back in the day, and she completely acts like they never even happened, and it frustrates me. But she started with Get This Party Started, which is a classic to me. That whole Misunderstood album is amazing. She wrote that with this great songwriter Linda Perry from Four Non Blondes, and it has just so many beautiful, meaningful songs on there. And it's actually the album that inspired Christina Aguilera to team up with Linda Perry and do the Stripped album, and gave us the classic song Beautiful. And I think that kind of sparked a beef between Pink and Christina Aguilera, but you know, that was a whole other story. So she came out there, she was performing, and she gave us visuals like Pink does. Pink got some lowrider, and they flew over the audience, and then she got on like this riding lawnmower, and she was performing So What, and she was just doing it. She was all over that stage, and she was singing, baby. Pink is so underrated as one of the great vocalists and just one of the greatest performers of all time, and one of the greatest entertainers of this generation, period. She's up there with Bruno Mars and Beyonce, hands down. So we need to give Pink more credit. But she does, because I mean, she still sells millions of records, and she's still selling out arenas everywhere. So yeah, shout out to Pink. I'm glad that she got honored with this award. Ellen DeGeneres came out and presented her with the award, and then Pink went on stage and she did an amazing speech about just loving yourself and owning who you are and being yourself. She said that she had to teach her daughter that lesson recently because her daughter said that, you know, she was ugly, and she said she did a PowerPoint showing her daughter like all these androgynous people, because I guess people were saying that her telling her daughter that she looked like a boy at school or whatever the case was, and it was just beautiful. Pink is a perfect example of that you can be yourself, you can do you, and you can still be successful. She never sold out, not one point in her career, except these arenas. So shout out to Pink. Put some respect on Pink's name, please. Then we had that guy Kyle. He performed his song I Spy. Vanessa Hudgens came out to present Alessia Cara. Why do I always say that? Vanessa Hudgens came out to present Alessia Cara, who performed her song Scars to Your Beautiful. I love that song. It's a just an amazing song. The lyrics are so deep and meaningful. She's really just taking on society, saying you don't have to change. Society needs to change. She went out there, she had the dress on, she had the makeup on, but she, you know, as she was singing, they ripped away the dress, they took off the makeup, and it was just her and like her simple black t-shirt and jeans and tennis shoes and, you know, just kind of messy hair, really just encompassing the whole message of that song. And I thought it was absolutely amazing. And she's been out here working. Alessia has really been out here doing the damn thing. She is on all these songs. She's on the charts. She's, you know, she's doing it. Kesha came out to present Logic, and she gave a beautiful, moving speech. And Logic was performing his song 1-800-273-8255. And that is the name of the song, and it also happens to be the suicide hotline. The song tackles the issue of mental health and suicide, and the song is absolutely beautiful. That was a beautiful moment for the VMAs, for MTV. It was moving. He performed the song with Alessia Cara, who is on that song, and Khalid, who's also on that song. And he had like all these people out there, and they had the phone number on their t-shirts, they had the phone number in the background, and it was just a really beautiful moment. Logic, he, you know, said, you know, he thanked MTV for letting him use that platform to really spread that message. He said mainstream media is not talking about you know, mental illness, and that then they're not talking about suicide enough. And so, you know, it's really dope that Logic, who is a rapper who's well respected out here, I've heard his name you know, in hip-hop conversations for a while now, and you know, just to have somebody really spreading a message like this around. So thank you, Logic. 30 Seconds to Mars performed their new song, Walk on Water. This is their comeback. They've been on a 4-year hiatus. They went out there, they performed their song, and they said in the pre-show that they were going to be using some new technology, and their whole performance was like in an infrared you know, type style. You couldn't really see them, you could just kind of see them moving. And Travis Scott came out there, he delivered a verse for the song, and all around it was a decent performance. It was something interesting, it was different, I liked it, it was cool. I had no idea, okay, I don't know what rock I've been living under, but I had no idea that Jared Leto was a singer and that he had this groove who was successful. I had no idea. I just thought he acted, and I really just discovered him as an actor in the last few years, so I know, shame on me. Katy Perry closed out the show performing Swish Swish with Nicki Minaj. Like I said earlier, I wasn't really feeling her look for this, but I liked the whole overall visuals with the huge basketball, the all-male dancers, and they had the fishnets and the heels, and they had the hats that had the basketball nets connected to it. I thought that was like super dope. Nicki came out there in her referee like latex get up, and she looked amazing. She was actually on one of my best dress for the evening when she had that pink latex outfit on earlier in the night. But she had her blonde wig on, she had the referee outfit, she looked amazing. She stumbled a little bit on her lyrics, and I was like, dang, Nicki. But I don't know, it was overall, it was a good performance. I think it was a nice way to close out the show. And I don't care what anybody says, Swish Swish is a bop, okay? Well, tell me what you guys thought about the show in the comments. Let's go ahead and talk about it. That's all that I have to say. Overall, I thought the show was decent. The performers really carried that show for me. Everybody did such a good job. So let me know what you guys thought about it. Make sure that you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Stairway to Devin, that is DEVEN, and follow my Facebook page, Stairway to Devin, as well, because I put some great content on there. And I love you guys so much for watching. Thanks for being a friend. Bye.